All right, new bike day. Just got in, it's almost dark. 76 Suzuki 400. This is the first big bike that I've hauled on my homemade rack for the back of the Escape, and it did real well. Didn't even hardly know it was back there. And it's I just drove about 85 miles. Let me get it unloaded. Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. Hey, we've got a new bike today. This is not mine. I picked it up for a friend of mine out east, and he's given me the okay to do a will it run video on this. We'll do a little bit of a look around, and then we'll get into just checking things out to make sure that we've got oil, we've got a battery, we've all the stuff that we need to do before we fire one up. This is a 1976 TS400 Suzuki. It's pretty darn good shape for 47 years old. And we're just going to kind of give it a once over here. So let me get you handheld and we'll take a look at it first, and then we'll start seeing if we can get the thing to fire up. All right, we'll just take a kind of a once around here. Tires are in really good shape for, I think it's got 4,400 miles on it, something like that. Like I say, I don't know much about it. I just know that it had been sitting at one place for a year and a half at least. And I knew this gentleman was looking for one, and I let him know about it. And I think he's followed it for about that long ago was when he first looked at it. It's got a few little owies here, but all these can be removed by paintless dent repair, I believe. It's looking pretty original. Seat needs some work. You know, I don't know what it is about motorcycles and steel tanks, but almost all of them have that little owies on it. This is better than most. If you remember the TS250 that I had, it was terrible. There was no way to remove them paintless dent repair type system. We've even got the sticker still back here on the back, on the fender for the tires. Not a crack one in the taillight that I can see. Got a few little owies here on the exhaust shield and a little dent down here on the bottom, none of which are terrible. A little paint missing on the, looks like it's had 3 holes drilled in the front of the fender here, probably for a mud flap somewhere along the way. But it's not broken, and it seems to be in pretty good condition there. The rims are all good. I see a little bit of a owie right here. I think a fella could clean that up with a file and just clean it up. I can't tell whether they hit something there or they did it when they were changing a tire. I think that's something has hit that. Anyhow, let me get it down, and we'll take a peek at the gauges and that sort of stuff. Okay. Yeah, 4416 on the miles. Everything looks okay. Looks like all the light, the colored inserts are still in. A lot of times those pop out after this amount of time. Clutch has a easy pull. That doesn't mean that it's not frozen, but it feels okay here. It's been setting a long time, so I'm sure that the clutch probably needs to be separated. And one thing that I did notice was the throttle. When I picked it up, you couldn't turn it at all. And last night I went ahead and pulled the top off there and put a little bit of penetrating oil in there around the slide. And then I come over here and I just kind of turned this with a needle nose pliers. You could stick it between, if you've ever been into those, the two wings on that, and just moved it. And it popped right loose. It's still a little stiff, but it does turn all the way. So that's something he'll need to take care of when he gets it. And the gas cap, it latches, but it's a little slow, and it doesn't want to latch on the bike. But the tank is relatively clean. To me, this is what I'm seeing is surface rust. Otherwise, it's looking pretty clean. There's just a little surface rust around the fill area here, and I really can't see much down in the bottom. No, it's nice and clean. It looks just like it does right here in what I can see in the bottom. So at least it was well cared for and sealed up most of the time. So like I say, the seat cover is going to need a little work. This here probably will free up with just a little penetrating oil and put a new seal on it, and that'll be good to go. Luggage rack, all the turn signals. This one's slightly bent, and it's just the bracket. It's not the light itself. And the front ones are there and intact, and they're in good shape. Headlights there. Anyhow, let me get it back up. We'll do some preliminary checks. Okay, everything looks pretty normal. Under the seat, we've got a couple of wires, probably signal light wires or something there. I see a couple of brown ones that are not connected, and a green one. Okay, one thing I notice here is it may not be the best of shape, but the gas tank, let me get a light here. The gas tank strap is still there and intact. It's just got a little crack on it right here. I see the signal lights are hooked up, so I'm not sure what these extra wires are for. He can get all that sorted out. The seat pan is in pretty darn good shape. I don't see anything rust-wise. I'm sure that on the other side, there's a little bit right there. Not much, but it's better than most. While I've got that up, I want to pull this off here and see what I'm sure we'll need to put a battery in there just to, if we get it running, just so we can make sure no lights blow. Okay, one thing I noticed here, and I don't have a IPB and haven't looked at it, so the only thing I know is this one screw is missing, and I'm thinking that there should be some rubber insulators here to go between the frame and the cover. This cover is in really great shape. I see no cracks at all, nor the other side. Yeah, we've got our negative there, and here's the fuse. Let me just check that real quick. I can do that, I believe, without even pulling it apart and checking the fuse. Okay, I'll just hook one end there, and we'll go up here and check, and if it's got continuity, then the fuse is good. Looks good. So we should be all right there. So we'll need to put a battery in there just for a little bit, just to make sure we don't blow any lights or anything like that. And I am assuming this should be 6 volt. I'm seeing 6.4 volts on the flasher unit, so I'd say that it is. Okay, let's look in here. Well, I'll be darned. That looks like a tool kit. I wonder if it's all there. Feels like it might be. That pouch is pretty full. I'd say that's a pretty full kit. I don't know what all's supposed to be in it, so I'm not going to take it all out, but it feels about full, and it's got the Suzuki S on it there. So that's all original. Like I say, I don't know what all's supposed to be in it, but there is a toolkit. That's pretty amazing after, what, 47 years. So let's see. There is no fuel line on it. Actually, there was. It was all ratty, so I just popped it off when I checked was working on the slide yesterday. So we'll just we'll pop the tank off, and that way we can get in and check the goings on here for the. There we go. Get the spark and all that. Just set that off to the side so it's out of harm's way. And let's go up here and see what we can find out here. Okay, let me get you in a little different location here so you can see. All right, I've got you sitting here looking at the spark plug, and let's see. So I've got the switch on and the kill button on. Get things out of the way back here. Oops. I'm seeing it. Looks good to me. Okay, let's check out the oil here, make sure we've got something in the transmission. I kicked it over before, and it's pretty healthy. These old 400s, I had an RM 400, and they are a bear. Looks good. Let me see if I can get you up there. Okay. I don't know how much you'll be able to see down there, but I can see the oil. And you can see right there the front of the clutch plates. But oil is down to about where it's probably supposed to be. Should be able to check it right here through this. I believe it might be a little low, but not bad. Okay, I'm going to just slip a battery in that I've got. A 6-volt motor bat here. And this is the ground. You can see where it's going up here to ground. And I don't think it needs it to start it or anything, just like any of them. It just needs to, be there to buffer just to buffer so you don't blow any bulbs out. It's obviously not the right one, but it will do the business for us, do what we need it to do. So, I guess maybe let me get the plug back in. Actually, I'll wait on that because I'm gonna have to put some fuel in it. What I want to do is set it back down and see if I've got any lights. All right, let's just check, see what we have for voltage. And I'll just check right in here. And we're at 628. And let's see, going through the fuse, I'll check up here. 629, a little bit better there. That's kind of strange. Okay, so we've got power. Just kind of tuck that in. So let's see if anything works. Okay, another thing we want to look at is make sure we've got some oil in the reservoir. And there is. It's about half full. Let's pop this back up a little ways. And I'm going to get a stand under the bottom here, jack this up a little bit. Okay, I just wanted to see if I was in neutral. That's all the way down. That's got to be first. There's neutral. And I still don't have a light there. I'm betting it's either burnt out or we've got a wire loose or something in here, or it's I think it's got grounding issues because the bulbs are not very bright. The battery is charged up, so it's probably just going to need some electrical work to get some of the little gremlins out of it. Another thing I want to do is I want to pop this side off real quick. Let me get a tool. Okay, here's the other cover. Got a nice big bug right there. This is what I was talking about, the little rubbers right here. I've got one for there, and there's one on the bottom one too. So that should be okay. That's what you need to come up with on the other end. But looks nice. I don't see any cracks. So we're good on that. And like I say, we did take a peek at the oil inside, and it's there's oil in it. I'm going to clean the window off. Yeah, there we go. Now we can see the level in it anyway. Strap's good. I guess I just realized too that it's missing the chain guard. So that's something you'll need to find. And I think I'm about ready to go out and get my bottle and see if we can get this thing to drink something. All right, let's see if it'll take a little fuel from it here. I'm probably going to have to raise that up. Oops, we've got a leak. You can see we've got a leak here. It's running out the overflow tube, so I imagine the float is probably stuck. Let me see if we can do it any good there. Nope, still just pouring out. No, it just keeps pouring out. So we've probably going to have to get in there and do something, but we can still see if it'll fire. That's our main goal. Let me get some of this gas cleaned up. Okay, I'm going to bring this up on top dead center right there, and we'll just force feed it a little bit. And get the plug back in. And let me get it back down. All right, let's give it a kick. See what it does. Let's see. Key on. And kill switches on. I think we're going to need some more fuel. Let me stick a little more in there. Pretty wet in there. Don't know whether I really need more gas or not. Ah, we got hit. Pretty smoky. Gotta open the door here, guys. Phew. Let's see if I'm still leaking in this. Nope. Unless it's just not getting any. Hey, I think we might have shut off. So, let me, I think I'm going to need to change the battery here. Yeah, let me do that and we'll try it again. Okay. Seems like it's okay. Coming out down there. I believe the plug is missing. Yeah, I believe there's a plug. I think there's a drain plug on the bottom of these, and it's either gone or there's a hole down there. Sounds tight. Running it, I got premix on the bottle, so it's getting premix and oil injection. The tachometer is working just fine. Running out of gas. It doesn't eat like a bird. I'm about out of gas in my bottle too. Starting to clear out a little bit. Look at there. both beams. Taillights on. Working a little better on the with it running. Got high beam indicator. Wish you could feel that. We're running out of fuel. She's out of gas. Got a little oil in the pipe in the muffler probably. Got a lot of smoke going on there. I think all the lights are accounted for except the neutral light. And that just could be a burnout one. And the, what else was it? Oh, the horn. Horn's going to need a little adjustment, but other than that, I think this is a good solid bike from what I'm seeing right now. Okay, one thing I want to check is see if it's charging. Even at idle, it's over 8 volts. Have to go out and get some more fuel. He's not going to go very far on that. That's probably a 2 or a 2.5 gallon tank. These old things, I know at my RM, it drank a lot of gas. But on the fun side, is they're fast. Okay, what the problem is down here is that the drain plug is missing, so you'll need a drain plug. And we've got a lot of, well, not a lot, but we've got oil dripping here, but this is all exhaust. It's yeah, it's running out of the exhaust pipe right up here at the top. So it's probably just a seal, but I'm sure that it's got a lot of extra oil and fuel in it, so it just needs to be run and cleaned out. It's just a little puddle, ain't much there, but all that we were seeing coming out the bottom, that's your plug missing. Order one of them up. Okay guys, there you have it. TS400. Hey, kicking that thing over, I had flashbacks from the RM400 days. I don't think it's quite as bad, but you want to kick that thing like it's no tomorrow. You can't kick it like a 125 or a 185. You got to put your foot in it. But anyhow, this is my thought of it, is the cylinder sounds pretty tight, really. And I would say that it could benefit from rings in a hone, but it needs to be checked. And, you know, at the outside, you might be able to slip a new piston, new standard piston. I don't know, we just need to measure it. But it sounds tight to me. It doesn't, I don't think it rings as much as the 250 over here. And, you know, all the lights work. The only one I couldn't get to work was the neutral light. And it seems to have all the gears. They're kind of hard to find sometimes. I don't know what the issue might be, but they're all there. Chain guard's missing, and the plug in the bottom of the exhaust pipe is missing, the drain plug. But other than that, we got all the lights, the thing's charging, and it really started pretty easily, actually, once I got fuel in it. And I think there was quite a bit of residual in the crankcase, stuff just laying there. It probably got kick-started 100 times sitting in front of that place. And anyhow, my thoughts is, he got a smoking deal. And the only thing he's got to do is ship it now. But even with that, I think he's got a smoking deal. So thanks for going along on the ride, and we'll see you next video.